Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Cristiano Ronaldo arrives at Carrington for showdown talks with Erik ten Hag. Ronaldo is interested in a return to Italy. Napoli are said to be interested. Chelsea are also interested in getting Ronaldo. Now, as you all know, Ronaldo was dropped from Man United's squad for the game against Chelsea because Ronaldo stormed down the Old Trafford tunnel before full time in Manchester United's 2-0 win against Tottenham, and after that Erik ten Hag did say he would deal with Ronaldo. Not so long ago, like I updated you, Cristiano Ronaldo was defended by Roy Keane. Roy Keane said that Ronaldo cares and players have done worse things. Roy Keane and Gary Neville clashed over Ronaldo. Rio Ferdinand has also defended Ronaldo. The last game Ronaldo played for Manchester United was the 0-0 draw with Newcastle. He had a controversial goal ruled out in that game. Ronaldo scored his 700th club goal in the 2-1 win against Everton earlier on this season. But there's a very good chance he'll be leaving in January. His contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option of an additional year. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last year from Juventus, so he has been in his second spell at Man United. So that's the news on Ronaldo. Now I want to give you some news on Edwin van der Sar. So Edwin van der Sar dismisses talks of becoming Manchester United's director of football. Edwin van der Sar is the CEO at Ajax. He's been the CEO at Ajax since 2016. Don't forget, Edwin van der Sar is the former Manchester United goalkeeper. He was Manchester United's goalkeeper for 6 years. Manchester United did get him in 2005 from Fulham, paid around 2 million. And yeah, he was at Man United from 2005 to 2011, so he was the goalkeeper for around 6 years. Edwin van der Sar has been impressive as a CEO at Ajax. Now, a lot of players are going to be leaving Manchester United next year. Next year, very good chance that Ronaldo is going to be leaving. We'll get rid of Alex Telles permanently. He's out on loan with Sevilla at the moment. I'm expecting Man United to get rid of Eric Bailly permanently. Eric Bailly is on loan with Marseille. Phil Jones, I'm expecting him to leave the club because he doesn't get in the team. Jones has been at Manchester United since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. He's enjoyed around 11.5 years at the club. Jones' contract at the club expires next year. Tuan Zebe, I'm expecting us to get rid of him. Don't get in the team. He's been injured recently, and last season he was out on loan with Villa. He's enjoyed 3 loan spells with Aston Villa. Harry Maguire, he should be leaving next year. He doesn't get in the team now, following the arrival of Lisandro Martinez. Harry Maguire's been injured, hasn't he? He's had a few injuries as a United player. He isn't good enough, and Man United overpaid for him, got him for 80 million from Leicester a few years ago now. Last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. Lindelof, he could leave the club next year. Lindelof doesn't really get in the team now. Most of his appearances are from the bench. Lindelof will only start games when Varane is injured, and obviously Varane is injured now. He picked up a thigh injury in the 1-1 draw with Chelsea. He went off the pitch in tears, like I updated yesterday. Varane is likely to miss the first match of the World Cup. When Varane had an injury earlier on this season, Lindelof started a few games until Varane came back. Man United got Lindelof from Benfica back in 2017 in a deal worth 31 million. Lindelof's under contract with the club until 2024. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'm expecting him to leave next year because he can't get in the team. Because Diego Dalot is Man United's first choice right back. Dalot has featured in every game this season, and to his credit, he's been impressive in a lot of games. And Wan-Bissaka's been out of injury anyway, so can't play. David De Gea, as you all know, his future is in doubt at Man United. Not so long ago, it said that Erik Ten Hag was delaying contract decisions on De Gea and Marcus Rashford. After the Everton game, he said De Gea breaks silence on signing a new Man United contract. De Gea admitted at that time he'd like to stay at Man United for more years. De Gea's contract at the club expires next year. There's an option of an additional year. He earns around £375,000 a week, one of the highest paid players at the club. And De Gea has endured around 11 and a half years now at the club, so he has been a long-serving player, being with us since the Ferguson era. Earlier on this year, won the Players' Player of the Year award. He's won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances now for Man United. De Gea, of course, was in goal in the 1-1 draw with Chelsea. I thought in that game his distribution was quite poor and he didn't really have a lot to do. He is Manchester United's first choice goalkeeper. Yeah, Marcus Rashford, his future is in doubt. His contract at the club expires next year. There's an option of an additional year. Rashford's on around 200,000 pounds a week. Rashford, though, is enjoying a good season to his standards. He's much better this season than he was last season. Rashford scored goals this season and he's provided assists. And he's had a lot of chances as well, but he's just got to be more clinical in front of goal. That's all that's got to improve now regarding Marcus Rashford. Don't forget, Rashford got named Premier League Player of the Month for September. Rashford had an injury earlier on this season. Fred, do you think he could leave the club next year? I'm not too sure. Fred's still getting starts, even though we brought Casemiro and Christian Eriksen in. Fred's played quite a few games now alongside Casemiro. To Fred's credit, he played very well in the 2-0 victory against Tottenham. He scored in that game, took a deflection off Ben Davies, and Fred should have had more than one goal against Tottenham because he had some good chances. Fred always seems to put a good performance out against Tottenham. Man United got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk in a deal worth 50 million. Brandon Williams, I'm expecting him to leave as well next year because he doesn't get in the team. Last season he was out on loan with Norwich. And he's been out of injury for quite a while now as Brandon Williams. Martial, I reckon we could sell him next year. Martial has missed a lot of games this season because obviously he's had quite a few injuries. Last season, Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. Martial is under contract with Man United until 2024. Man United got Martial from Monaco back in 2015. And Tom Heaton, I'm expecting him to leave next year. Tom Heaton's like our third choice keeper now, because obviously Man United brought Martin Dubravka in on loan. Man United got Tom Heaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa. So there you go. And obviously there's going to be players staying at the club as well. We've seen a lot of players leave Manchester United this year. Obviously we loaned Dean Henderson out to Nottingham Forest. We let Lee Grant leave. We loaned Alex Telles out to Sevilla. We loaned Eric Bailly out to Marseille. Man United sold Andres Pereira. We sold James Garner. We let Matic and Pogba go on free transfers. Mata and Cavani left on free transfers. Lingard left on a free transfer. Man United loaned Hannibal Mejbri out. Amad Diallo, Traore, Ethan Laird. So they are a lot of the players that Man United have let go this year. Man United have signed 6 players so far under Erik ten Hag. Obviously brought Terrell Malacia in, Christian Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Antony and Martin Dubravka. Man United have spent over 200 million this year. And I'm expecting Man United to make 1 or 2 signings in January. Earlier on this year, Erik ten Hag revealed his transfer plans for January. He did mention that Man United will continue to hold meetings over strengthening the squad. Ten Hag will get a transfer budget of around 70 million. The January transfer window will be Ten Hag's second transfer window as Man United manager. Erik ten Hag though, I've got to say, I think he's doing a pretty good job for Manchester United. You know, there's been games this season where I do like the way he's approached them. And there has been some games where he has got some decisions wrong. But despite that, I've still not once prejudged him. You know, this is Erik ten Hag's first full season as Man United manager. So he does need time. Ten Hag is aware that he's got, you know, big expectations to exceed. His expectations this season will be just to guide Man United to a top 4 finish. You know, that would be a good first full season, then build from that. It'd be even better if we could get a top 4 finish and win a trophy, because Man United have not won a domestic trophy since 2017. Not so long ago, Ten Hag got named Premier League Manager of the Month. Erik ten Hag replaced Ralf Rangnick earlier on this year. He's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. He's under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of an additional year. Revert back to when Erik ten Hag was at Ajax. He did very well because he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. And he developed the young players well. And before, Ten Hag managed the likes of Utrecht, Bayern Munich's reserves and Go Ahead Eagles. Don't forget, Ten Hag recommended Mitchell van der Gaag and Steve McLaren in. They've been working alongside Erik ten Hag. We've obviously still got the Glazers at Manchester United. Unfortunately, they've been a massive problem at the club for a lot of years now, and for a long time Man United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. The Glazers have owned the club since 2005, so they've owned the club for around 17 years now. The other week, don't forget, it said that the Glazers had set a price if they're to consider selling Man United, and that was 9 billion. Don't forget, Sir Jim Ratcliffe came out and said that the Glazers don't want to sell Man United, because Sir Jim Ratcliffe did admit he would have bought Man United, in the summer if the club had been up for sale. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is Britain's richest man. He's the chairman of Ineos. We've also got John Murtaugh at the club. We've got Richard Arnold. And earlier on this year, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Man United in an advisory role. And Benny McCarthy is at the club. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop me comments, likes, on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very soon.